Washington, D.C. Lined with monuments and castles, it's the shrine to America's founders and the hub of our politics. But it's all run by people. People who dance and laugh and sit on couches just like everyone else. This is our attempt to capture humanity behind the politics. These are Humans of D.C.
It's not summer in Washington, D.C. without a cohort of interns eager to get to work in the nation's capital. Giuseppe LoPiccolo, a student at the University of Maryland, spent his second summer on the Hill as an intern for the Office of the Clerk and photographed the ins and outs of our government.
I'm an intern with the Office of the Clerk, and I was previously an intern with Representative Veronica Escobar out of El Paso, so this is my second summer on the Hill.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you became interested in politics?
Yeah, so I'm more interested on the journalism side of things, but it's because my family's been very involved in local politics, especially in El Paso. So I've always been kind of surrounded by that, and living in D.C., that's all that you ever hear about is politics this, politics that, so I want to try and be involved in some way. So it's always been something that's surrounded me, so I just thought I would go into it, but I never really found my niche in it until I came upon photojournalism, and that's really where I found my thing. I'm from El Paso, Texas, but I've lived here most of my life, and I can tell you the difference is stark. It's crazy. People are got to go from point A to point B. People are very fast moving here. Where I'm from in Texas, it's very slow. People stop to talk to you. Here it's, business, and you just got to do what you got to do, but I love the environment.
Why do you think it's important for Gen Z and young people to get involved in politics, even at this age?
It's important because, they're the foundation of the country. In the next 20, 30 years, people are going to be, even sooner, people are going to be in politics. They're going to be the ones making the laws. They're going to be the ones on the ground, and it's important that we have involvement. And I think that that's really bipartisan. I think both Republicans, Democrats, everyone else can agree on that. It's important that we have people involved in politics because it gives a new voice. It gives a new perspective, and that's how we keep the country moving forward,
Our generation is notorious, or young people are notoriously very polarized and have a lot of hate or aggression towards people who disagree with them. Can you just share a little bit of your thoughts on that and what we can do to help mend the divide?
Well, I agree, and I think you could say that with almost any generation. I think it's a really big issue with social media these days. It's becoming more and more polarized. I think it's more of a cross-generational issue, if anything. But, in terms of what to do to mend that gap, to end that polarization, maybe put a stopper to it, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's a really, really broad issue. But I think the main goal of a lot of people coming into politics, at the very least, the main goal of young students and the generation that I am, is that we need to mend that. And that kind of thought of coming in and doing that, I think that's the first step.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.